Yeah man, what's up on Purples? Welcome to the Black Hole. My name is Bless Beats. Today we're going to go through a beats that I made for my OP-1 beat tape, releasing today on all major platforms. You know what I'm saying? Wanted beat tape. Check them out. Please support and share this one right here. Specifically, we're talking about time stretching on the OP-1. So we're going to go through the making of this beat and I'll show you just exactly how time stretching works on the OP-1. Shout out to the original OG Darren Ager. That's the video that I watched. Learned this, but I figured we could have a fresh, up the production value just a little bit and show you a unique way of using the time stretch. A little bit unorthodox, a little bit, Bless Beat style. This is how it goes. What we're essentially doing here is telling the OP-1 to play the sample forward and then backward a little bit, and then forward again, and then backward a little bit, and then forward, and then backward a little bit. And then we tell it how fast it should do that to the sample. It's literally as simple as that. So that's what we're gonna do. First of all, let's lift it from the tape, drop it again to have an extra copy there in case we fuck anything up, you know what I'm saying? Then we drop it in the sampler. And now pay close attention to this arrow here. We want it set to loop, otherwise it's not gonna work. I'm gonna apply a nitro filter to the sample just because low end can get a little bit nasty when you're doing this back and forth time stretching stuff. Now we're gonna set the destination to the light blue, dark blue, half blue, whatever you wanna call it. And then we're going to bump up the amount. The amount is one of the most important. You see what this is going to do if we look at this? It determines the ratio of how much is going forward, how much is going backward. 0 does nothing. Setting it to 100 makes it go equal amounts forward and backward. Plus 50, that will be a little bit backward and mostly forward, I think. And if you go negative, it's the other way around. So just play around with this, and the speed here is very simple. It just determines how fast it's switching between playing it forward and playing it backwards. All the while it's looping it. Here you can just play around until you find some interesting results, you know what I'm saying? And now we're gonna go ahead and go into the album mode and record this. And what I'm doing essentially is just recording a bunch of random fiddling around here. Because I'm not trying to do a perfectly timed time stretch where I'm stretching it locked to the beat, but rather in this scenario, we're just trying to get some random interesting results, and then we're gonna cherry pick from that. Chop it up again and rearrange it into something interesting. Happy? Now let's resample this onto the tape. I'm going to slow the tape down for 2 reasons. For 1, we will have more time to lift in the sampler, and for 2, we will get more lo-fi effect. Now let's hold shift and press the microphone to set our sampling source to the ear so we can sample from the album. Press the microphone again to make sure that we're getting that output. Also make sure your gain level is set right. Now I'm just gonna wait for some parts and record snippets. Recording, stopping, recording, stopping. Whenever I feel like there's something interesting going on, you grab it, put it on the tape, and if you regret something, you can always lift it. Alright, we're happy with that. Now I'm turning the tape speed back up, and I'm going to glue this together by holding shift and the scissors. Glue, 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 glue. Now let's lift that part and go into the sampler. Pick a empty sampler or something you don't care about if you don't want to ruin the original. And now we're going to chop this one up. Speeding it up, you know the chopping process. Here, very important. If you don't know this, check this out in slow-mo. Hold the key down with the chop. As you hold it down, press lift, and then hold down the next key and press drop. You will copy the slice parameters. That way you don't have to find the start and end points every single time. You can just pick it up from where you were. I'm gonna set this to a nice BPM now. I changed my mind because 87 is probably the best BPM in the world, don't you agree? And look at that blue neon effect the BPM gets. Grab us some drums. I've decided to record over 4 bars here, and here's something I like to do. You can skip 1 bar before the actual loop region if you want to, but I like to skip 1 bar before the loop loops around, just to get some count in, you know what I'm saying? We can take the metronome off now because we got that down. Record a little intro part. Here I'm controlling the gain live to get this old school effect, you know, 16 levels thing. We chopped the chops, we resampled the chops, chopped them up again, we laid them down. Now all we need to do is find a nice bass guitar sound. Now for some sprinkles, let's find another sound, modificationalize it a little bit. I decided to use the arpeggio sequencer for this one. Just sprinkle it up a little bit, make a little bit more nice atmosphere. I recorded everything else off the grid here, and a nice little trick that I like to do if I'm using an arpeggio like this that is very much on time and on the grid is just nudge it a little bit using shift and the blue encoder. Push her back a little bit, push. Now it locks in much nicer with a groove. Lost ingredient, slow it down a tiny bit. Slowing it down always sounds better. I don't know why, don't ask me. Thank you for watching. Please check out my new beat tape, Wanted. If you want to have a quick preview, you can check out the video right here and listen to it before you go on. Favorite that on Spotify and share it with all your family and friends and even the presidents. Big one shout out to my patrons. Join us in the Discord, in the black hole. Okay, bye-bye.